Hey everybody, this is Phoenix Tremaine, and this is my review of Empire. Um, Before I get started, if you haven't done so, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, and we'll continue to bring you more videos, not just reviews, but also a web series, a talk show, and a lot of other things coming out. So um, please subscribe so that you can find out when I post new stuff. Um, but right now, you're here for Empire. The Lion Who Cried Wolf is the title of the episode. And of course, that's a reference to Lucius' line about his mother being dead. But I'm just going to go down the list of things that happened per character. Jamal um, had the most interesting story to me because if you ever seen a show called LA Complex, they had a really good storyline on there where you had a masculine black rapper played by Andre Fuller who sort of represented a more masculine image with the of a gay black man, and um, that's what I sort of got flashbacks of because he was in the industry, he was hiding his sexuality, he didn't want anybody to know because he was on the DL, and then you have this new character that's a lot like the characters on LA Complex, and even when they were kissing and their kind of sort of love scene we got, um, that was really the way they did it in LA Complex, where it was sort of like this rough, but kind of like push pull kind of situation, and it had me thinking about who's the bottom. Because if you don't know what the bottom is the guy that actually gets fucked. Because of the guys that they've had Jamal with, I really felt like Jamal was the top, the one doing the fucking. But in this sequence, and let me tell you this, a bottom can be just as masculine and as anybody else, and you can't really go by looking at the scene of who bottomed or if they flipped or their verse or any other things that could have happened. But it was just interesting to see that Jamal really came off like a bottom who got butt hurt, so to speak, when his feelings got hurt. When, which is also can be called butt hurt. When the guy sort of rejected him because they were sort of in public and he didn't really want to like display any kind of like that shit happened between them. But the way he kept sending people off and shit, I mean, how could you not know what the fuck was going on? But that was Jamal. In the end, Jamal decided that he'd rather be with him on a DL instead of not being with him at all. Even though in the last episode we kind of saw that they brought the Latino boy in that cheated on him, like they were going to get back together. And then you introduce this new guy, so you don't know what direction they're going to go in. So that was Jamal, and the rest is this ace of bullshit about who's going to sing the song and who's going to do this and who'll do that. And I'm not going to lie, I fast forwarded through the music this episode. The reason why is because on Empire, the music has really gotten to the point where it just sounds the same. The way Jamal sings, it's always the same notes, it's the same tempo. Even Hakeem, the way he raps, there's just, it's not that it's bad, it's just that I've seen it, been there, done it. Let me fast forward through the music just to get to the story. Cookie finally felt like Cookie to me, saying her little sayings. She called him a rack of bitches and a couple other things. So this was like the first time I really felt like Cookie was back to being Cookie. The way she was dressing, the way, she was talking. It really felt like season one Cookie, which is a great thing. Lucius being Lucius well, let me talk about Andre for a second because I'm just going from character to character. Andre, big thing in the episode was bringing Lucius' mother to the family and letting them know that she wasn't dead, and then he kind of disappeared for the rest of the episode. But he did mention that it was that reporter, I think it was named Madison, that had gave him the information on Lucius and that the mother being alive. So then Lucius's shady lawyer got her to get into the car to do an exclusive, but he dropped her off in some alley in the middle of nowhere where she was kidnapped. We don't know if she got beat up, raped, killed, whatever. But we know that Lucius got his revenge on her. Like I said, Andre disappeared for the rest of the episode. And while I'm on it, Anika didn't get a lot in this episode, but she was with Rhonda, Andre's wife, and she finally realized that she was pushed, and seeing Anika's shoes, she realized that the person who pushed her was wearing the same shoes as Anika. Now, the thing is, I saw an interview with one of the producers before the second half of season 2 started, and she said that that don't assume it's Anika. That they didn't show the person's face for a reason, because there could be a twist. She didn't say Anika didn't do it, but she said that Anika's not the only suspect. I've always thought it was Lucius' shady lawyer in some women's heels that did it. We'll see. And I say that because Lucius is behind everything. Everything that goes bad or wrong in the Empire, usually somehow, some way, it comes back to Lucius. So he may have thought that he didn't want a potentially have a bipolar grandkid, and said push the bitch downstairs. That's my theory so far. We've only got 2 episodes left. And who else? Well, Lucius. We had Lucius being Lucius. But his big scene came at the end with his mother, who up until this point hadn't done anything strange or out the way or murderous. And she said she sent her maid away that Lucius had watching her. And I kind of thought they were going to show that the maid had been murdered or something, but they never showed what happened to the maid. Just that you're taking her word for it that she sent her away. And then she baked all of these cakes, and she has this big ass butcher knife, and she's just telling Lucius to eat it. And she's saying how she wished she wasn't born. Her life didn't go down the tubes until she had him. So she was in full psycho mode, with Lucius just like torn between, does he eat? Does he stab her with a fork? You can see a lot of things going through his head, which is a credit to Terrence Howard's acting of what he did when he wasn't talking, his mannerisms, his looks. That was a really well played scene, because we got a scene with him at the piano being loving, and then at the very last scene we got to see her being the psycho that Lucius has been saying that she's been the whole time. I mean, that's where he got it from. He got it from his mama. That's why he's so psychotic. But they never played that up. So Lucius, but it went off. She didn't stab him. He didn't stab her. It just kind of went off, faded to black. We don't know what happened. At least not until next week. And Hakeem, we didn't really get a lot of Hakeem this episode. It really started off with him in the beginning of with Tiana, who we didn't see a lot this season either, because we know this season fucked up. But he's with Tiana, and Tiana was bending over and doing all these little things, getting Hakeem's eye, teasing him about having a baby mama and a wife, because he's engaged and the nigga's pregnant. And, she's just being a tease, and he's looking like he wants to tap that ass so bad. But Hakeem's back to being juvenile Hakeem, not really being a man, not really making the right decisions. And we had Laura, Hakeem's soon-to-be potential wife. She basically just was being a shrew. For the last few episodes, she's been getting bitchier and bitchier. And it's like the more power she gets, the more popular she gets, the more bitchier she gets. She went from being a saint to a sinner, which is another show I watched. And, Laura just bitched at him because Tiana's going to be on a song. Not her, but she found out because she was, I think she was spying on his email or something. She managed to catch it. And so Laura's getting a little out of control for somebody who ain't got a ring yet. I mean, like the real ring, the wedding ring. And that was Empire. But I have to say, this is the first episode of Empire that I felt like I was watching Empire from season one. It was very intense. The characters were acting like we expect them to act. And I'm going to do another separate video on how to fix Empire. And it pretty much how they've been trying to fix Empire. And I think they've really finally come full circle in their slow way of trying to make Empire like it was in season one. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so tired. It's late at night. I just watched this. I was going to do this video in the morning, but I want to get it to you as soon as possible. So that's my review of Empire. It was good. I'm excited for next week. The closer we get to the season finale, I think they said we find out which lion falls in the next episode when the gunshot goes off. I still say that, there's a difference between a lion falling, which means you just got shot, and a lion dying. Two completely different things. My guess has been the whole time is that Lucius will get shot, and it's more of a situation of like, who shot JR? To see with the cliffhanger of people coming back to try and figure out who shot Lucius. That's my guess of what's going to happen. Forgot to mention one thing. Cookie's sister, I forgot her name. She's the one that's on Tyler Perry's show, For Better or For Worse. Plays Michael J. White's wife. I can't remember her name. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm sorry. But Vivica Fox had a cameo, and then the other character revealed that she killed people for Lucius when they were together. I thought they fucked, based on what they insinuated before. I thought she might even had a kid by Lucius. But it turns out she was like his sort of like lookout girl, set up girl that set him up, and then he killed him. And she, coincidentally, this conversation was overheard by an FBI agent who then tried to seduce her and get information out of her. So, once again, the Lyon family find themselves under FBI scrutiny, and they're coming after them, and it's almost a season finale. So we know when the season finale comes, it usually shows you the moment where things get really, really fucked up. So that's it. That's my review of Empire. Looking forward to next week. They, to me, finally fixed the show. It just took them over a season to do. But fingers are crossed. I mean, I could be wrong. They could fall in old ways, do some bullshit. But hopefully next week the streak will continue and we'll get another really good Empire episode. So thank you for watching. And also tomorrow morning, I'm too tired to do it tonight, but tomorrow morning I'll do my Love and Hip Hop review. I know it's like 2 days late, but I'm gonna get it in. But the reason why these things have been late is because I'm working on a new web series, and I have a bunch of people that want to audition, so they just made me have to write faster audition scripts and whatnot. So I look forward to you seeing what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll be as addicted to it as Empire. And just keep checking my videos, and I'll tell you more about my web series that's coming. But if you're in the Baltimore or DC area, it'll also be airing on local TV stations. So, but I'll get more into that later. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. And you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this. I hope your day is going well. Thanks.